there's a subtle line of difference between studying with the screen and getting entertained with the screen and getting hooked onto the screen. It's important to set boundaries. We read in papers about Australia banning social media and certain countries have banned certain things. It is a remarkable step, but I guess it may not work very well because you know what children would do or what people would do. They would go underhand and find out some way. But at some point, controls are important. Discipline is important. And I think the discipline starts with self.
Do you think social media and online classes have changed child's behavior?
I think we should ask the children that. They themselves will answer.
Because of that, because after COVID, things changed a lot. And then now it's become like classes online, they're attending and everything. So a lot of screen time has increased.
It's way beyond just screen time. It is a kind of a digital hijack, I would say. Kids, including us, are completely hijacked. You won't believe it. I literally went into sleep problems because I'm always trying to respond to my patients by WhatsApp, by messages, and I don't realize the time. Before I know it becomes like 1 o'clock in the night and I have to get up 5 o'clock for the yoga. So my daughter has put a parent control on my app and said, "Mommy, I want you to sleep." And she's so strict about it. So many a times, it's only when we come out of a problem we realize it's completely a digital hijack, and that's what our children are facing, screen time and beyond. So there's a subtle line of difference between studying with the screen and getting entertained with the screen and getting hooked onto the screen. It kind of happens, you don't even realize. So it's important to set boundaries. Like I think we read in papers about Australia banning social media and certain countries have banned certain things. It is a remarkable step, but I guess it may not work very well because you know what children would do or what people would do. They would go underhand and find out some way. But at some point, controls are important. Discipline is important. And I think the discipline starts with self.
Itself, yeah.
It starts with the parents.
I would say that, most of the parents should actually start from their own side and then it goes on to the family.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think any school-age child needs a phone. And I keep telling my younger one the same thing. She's now going to 10th grade. And she says, "I'm the only one in my class who doesn't have a phone." I said, "Congratulations, you're unique. That's amazing." We don't need the phone at all. We probably need a mode of communication. So you can have a non-smartphone very well to make some communication. But we didn't have that kind of communication in our time. So why does she need it? Because it is dramatic distraction. So we need to keep boundaries. We need to have, I learned this. What is that? Phone-free zones. Yeah, like the dining room is a complete phone-free zone. Even if my husband takes it, I'm like, please, let's respect that. We just go and keep it. And my elder one is supposed to keep her phone in our bedroom when she goes to sleep. So we kind of have some...
You need to have certain rules laid down at home. So anytime, whatever it is, that has to be followed.
Yeah, it's the digital hygiene of the house. We keep our home so clean. So we need to keep it digitally clean as well.
Yeah. And talking about sleep, what do you think is the ideal time to sleep, or at what time should the lights be off? And at what time should they get up,
I can't speak idealistically, but what I can say is, first of all, let's look at the age groups of children. Like the younger the child is, the earlier they need to actually sleep, because they need to get longer hours of sleep when the sun is down, not when the sun is up. So there's no point in them sleeping at 12 o'clock because they're playing with their parents and their parents are so busy, and then they sleep till 10 o'clock. No, that's not very clever. Instead, if they sleep by, let's say, 8:30, 9 probably, and then they wake up in the morning at 8 or 9, that would be great for younger ones. But the older ones are so busy. I still feel my younger daughter is more busy than all of us put together. She has so much project work and homework, so it's unfair to tell them, sleep early. But at least by 10:30, I think they should hit the bed. Most of the families achieve remarkable discipline. Their children sleep by 9:30 and wake up really early. We should have that. And it takes relentless practice by the parents. Because once they have that, no, this is the time, switch off everything, go have that routine.
Routine should be maintained. It's like a habit, like how we have a habit of brushing teeth in the morning, the same way.
Exactly, bath and brushing, those are non-negotiable things. We do that. But when it comes to sleep hygiene, we are
We're a little bit, relaxed on that, but I think you're right. We
Yes.
have to maintain a kind of a discipline. To talk about medicines, modern parenting, these days, a lot of common vaccines or health myths are still there. What would you tell, to parents?
Well, health myths, I think the number one health myth for us is to do with food. As a country obsessed with food and rituals and traditions, the first thing we do is restrict food and give medicines. We are liberal with giving medicines. We are so restricted with food. Madam, ಜ್ವರ ಇತ್ತು, ಕೆಮ್ಮಿತ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನು ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊಪ್ಪು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. I said, then what did you give that poor child? They restrict food with a snap of the finger saying, no, ಶೀತ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ 1 week ನಾನು ಮೊಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. So a child actually eats that, wants to eat it, but we restrict it. Because somewhere we have this belief that these are the foods that actually make the child's fever. They wouldn't even give rice. The last time we had a child, she had not given rice for 1 week because in her home, they strictly said rice should not be given when fever is there. So I think we need to look at West in these circumstances. They live in temperatures of -3 and -4 degrees centigrade, and they are having oranges and lemons and whatever they get, and they are fine, and they don't restrict foods. So my number one thing is, when a child is ill, already the child doesn't eat. Their taste buds are not feeling good. You just give them whatever they want to drink, especially tender coconut, ORS, etc. They won't give ಎಳ್ನೀರು. They'll say, ಇಲ್ಲ madam, cold ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, cold already ಬಂದಿದೆ ಮಾ, ನೀವು just ಎಳ್ನೀರು ಕೊಡಿ. And then they say, ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಾ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. So don't restrict food. Don't think so much about restricting food. Think 100 times before giving medicines. Yes. So that's the first thing. Second one is in pregnant women. That's another thing which I really feel horrible. Once they deliver the baby, they restrict the diet of the mother, and we have seen disastrous effects on the baby. Would you believe that there is a condition called thiamine deficiency that happens in young babies in Tumkur, Sira district, all of those areas? Lots and lots of babies come. They get onto the ventilator. Some of the babies even die, and they don't realize the reason is a simple vitamin is not there in the baby, and that vitamin can come only from the mother, and the mother is eating mainly polished rice with a lot of food restrictions, so they are deficient in that. It's called thiamine responsive pulmonary hypertension. And I really request all the mothers who have delivered, they are fit, they are fine, they are normal. Delivery is a normal process. They are not ill. They don't have to restrict their diet. They should eat a healthy, nutritious, balanced diet and eat 500 kilocalories extra for their baby. And if they have a doubt, ask the doctor. Don't just presume and restrict food.
I think you're right. A lot of times what happened after pregnancy, they are very restrictive. Should I eat this because my kid might get cold or whatever? So
Yes. Yes. And also they don't even give enough fluids for the mother, because the mother has swelling everywhere. That's part of the pregnancy, and she has to shed all of that. Unless she's physically active and feels good, not restricted, how is she going to do well? Even breastfeeding is not going to be good.
Yeah, so that is very important. Now, do you think a lot of them who check on Google, online advices and everything, and then they make a decision on, whether should I give this or not? What would you tell them in terms of like medication? A lot of things are there online these days.
Yes, everything is available online. We use Google Maps a lot. We believe what Google says to take us to a particular destination. That's because the routes are predefined in a map or in a road. Whereas when it comes to medicine, Google is not rooted about that particular child or about that human being. They are only giving generic advice. So remember, as I mentioned it before, a cold and a cough with fever can range from a simple rhinitis or a nose infection to a throat infection to a severe pneumonia or even a first sign of TB. The diagnosis can be so varied but the symptom will be the same. So, unless someone actually examines, goes through the history, what is the context, what is the age, what is the pre existing illness, we're obviously not going to reach the right destination, isn't it? So, I think Google is an essential guide for everyone. Everybody uses Google. I'm sure Sundar Pichai uses it, doctors use it, the parents use it, children use it. Yes, but we need to know where's the limit. We need to know it's a guide, but to actually reach a definitive conclusion, you need that human touch, especially with medicine and especially with children.
So definitely, anytime you feel there is something, you check online, but make sure you just again speak to the doctor, because it's always good to get a sound advice rather than feel sorry later on.
Yeah.